Peace, y'all. I hope everyone's doing well. I want to talk about one of my favorite pieces of gear in my studio and show you how I use it. It's the Rupert Neve designed Shelford channel, which is a channel strip. It's extremely hi-fi in terms of its quality, its build quality, and its sound, which doesn't actually fit into my studio. So this is going to be a little bit of a different type of video because most people who use a channel strip like this are honestly engineers, people who have a lot of money, or people who just really like the highest quality sound. I am admittedly a very lo-fi musician. Most of my music is sample based. I sample from vinyl. I obscure and degrade sounds and try to make them fit together into beats and grooves. So that's just the sound I go for. It's my meditation. It's not for everybody. But one of the interesting things about a channel strip like this, is when you take sounds that have been degraded and you run it through such a pristine audio device, what it can actually do to the sound and enhance it. So it's kind of a mix of the lo-fi, hi-fi thing, and it's really, really, really been fun. So let's dive into what it is, how I use it, and play some sounds. So first we have a preamp designed by Rupert Neve, the man who designed probably the most iconic preamp in the history of music, the 1073. So we have his latest preamplifier here. So you have also the EQ, which is sort of a best of EQ. It takes the 1073 EQ, the 1081, 1084. It pretty much takes the best aspects of every EQ he's ever designed, devices that I could never afford, and puts them all into one. So you have that. And then you have the compressor, which is a diode bridge compressor. It pretty much is like having a 2254 compressor on the end of the strip. And you also have a parallel compression. And then you have the silk, which is pretty much a little bit of harmonic distortion. If you use blue, it's in the lower frequencies. And if you use red, it's a little bit of a, sort of a pleasing distortion in the mid frequencies. I basically want to pull up this beat. There's only 8 channels. I have it in my DAW basically, so I can break out the stems. And I want to play what it sounds like, just these 8 channels together. So let's just take a listen. So we just took that preliminary mix and ran it through the Shelford channel just to see if we can get a little bit of that flavor. And this is what it sounds like. So the Shelford channel, what do I think? I absolutely love it. Absolutely, absolutely love it. I have no complaints whatsoever. If you were to take, if you were to go out and fill your shopping cart with a Neve DI, a Neve 1073, preamp, an EQ, and a 2254 compressor or a 33609, you're looking at like north of 10 grand. It's ridiculous, This thing really is taking one strip of an entire Neve console and just bringing it into your home studio. And I really do think that it is incredible with the sound. This does not do it justice. I mean, I'm playing, 12-bit, 16-bit sounds, that are really, really low fidelity, and I'm playing it through this really hi-fi machine, so it gives it that little bit of an analog board feel. But to be real with you, a lot of our favorite records, at least in the hip-hop community, actually benefit from a lot of hi-fi equipment. So if you're a fan of like DJ Premier, I'm a huge fan of DJ Premier, all that stuff was mixed in a studio on a 2-inch tape, which is hi-fi. That's not lo-fi. If you're talking about Dr. Dre or something like that, I know he uses like an API or an SSL or something like that. if you love the low end theory, yeah, those beats may have been like sampled on cassettes and made on little MPCs, but when you work with someone like Bob Power, you're taking it to the studio and really bringing out all of those sounds. So I think that this is an incredible, versatile Swiss Army knife type of piece of gear where it can just bring out the best in any sound. And again, I'm only using 10-15% of its full capacity. I barely touch the EQ. I just do little notches here and there, but it is precise once you want to get down to it. So I highly recommend it if you can get your hands on one, or if you can get into a studio that has one. Run your vocals through it, run anything that you care about through this machine, and it just makes it sound that much, just that much richer. But yo, that's my 2 cents. Just wanted to share a little bit. Hope everyone's well. Peace.